Chapter number 7, Geography, and the name of the chapter is Human Environment, Settlement, Transport, and Communication. Dear students, today we are going to start part 1 of this chapter, Human Environment, Settlement, Transport, and Communication. We'll study about human and human environment, their settlement where they live, and transport, how they move from one place to another place, and communication means how they send their informations from one place to another place. So let's start the chapter. First of all, with do you know? The place where a building or a settlement develops is called site. What is a site? Site is the place where a building or a settlement develops. The natural conditions for selection of an ideal site are means where more and more people want to live, means high density of population because of several factors like favorable climate, if climate is good, right? Sometimes climate is very hot, climate is very cold, so in these cases means extreme climatic conditions, the people do not want to live there. So favorable climate means moderate climate like India. Second one is availability of water. If water is available, definitely the people want to live at that place. In the ancient times of the world, you can find out some ancient cities which were located near the rivers, banks of the rivers like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. These cities were situated near the rivers. Suitable land means land should be suitable. Fertile soil, another factor. Land should be suitable for transport and moving. Fertile soil, it should be suitable for growing crops. It should be fertile. So these are the factors where affecting the population density, or we can say that these are the natural conditions for selection of an ideal site. So let's start. What are the settlements? First thing, in chapter 1, we have learned that early human beings depended entirely on nature for food, clothing, and shelter. Food, they used to gather, right? They were hunter and gatherers. Clothing, they used tree leaves, the leaves of tree for as clothing. And shelter, they used to live in the caves, natural shelters, and under the trees. But with time, they learned new skills to grow food, build homes, and develop better means of transport and communication. In this way, they modified the environment where they lived. So first is settlements. What are the settlements? Settlements are the places where people build their homes, means where they build their houses and they start to live there. So early human beings lived on trees and in caves. When they started to grow crops, it became necessary to have a permanent home to take care about that crops. So for permanently staying, they started to make their homes. So the settlements grew near the river valleys as water was available and land was fertile. Simply, we have discussed both of the factors. With the development of trade, commerce, and manufacturing, human settlements became larger. Settlement flourished and civilizations developed near river valleys. Do you recall the names of civilization that grew along the banks of river Indus, Tigris, Nile, and Huang He? So Chinese civilization, we can discuss about it. Indus Valley civilization, Egyptian civilization, and the Sumerian civilization. So these are the different names of the civilizations which were developed near the banks of the rivers. So settlements can be permanent and temporary. There are two types of settlements, permanent settlement and temporary. Settlements which are occupied for a short time are called temporary settlements. The people living in deep forest, hot and cold deserts, and mountains often dwell in such temporary settlements. They practice hunting, gathering, shifting cultivation. What is shifting cultivation? the people clear the land, and after that they start to grow the crops, and within 2 or 3 years, when the soil loses its fertility, then they change the place again, they cut the forest, they burn the means parts of the forest, trees and plants, and then they start the cultivation. So this is known as shifting cultivation. And transhumance. However, more and more settlements today are permanent settlements. In these settlements, people build homes to live in. So you can live. You are living in your homes. These are permanent settlements. Your locality, your city, your village. So these are permanent settlements because people live permanently there. They do not move from one place to another place and having the temporary settlements. So in this way you can understand. These are some homes you can see in this image. Human settlements. In these houses definitely human being live. These houses. Scattered settlement. This is the scattered settlement because there is distance and gap between the homes. So this is a story. You can read the story, and after reading this story, from the above conversation, we can identify two different pictures of settlements. One picture is about rural and the urban settlements. So one is about rural, one is about urban. Rural, the people live in the villages, life is very slow, and homes are very simple and ordinary. Urban settlements very congested, density of population is very high, and the distance between the houses is very less. The villages are rural settlement where people are engaged in activities like agriculture, fishing, forestry, crafts work, trading, etc. Rural settlements can be compact or scattered. A compact settlement is a closely built area of dwellings wherever flat land is available. In a scattered settlement, dwellings are spaced over an extensive area. This type of settlement is mostly found in hilly tracts, thick forest, and regions of extreme climate. As we have discussed, due to these kinds of factors, the people live in very less proportion, and their scattered settlements are found. In rural areas, people build houses to suit their environment, according to their environment. In regions of heavy rainfall, they have slanting roof. Places where water accumulates in the rainy season, the houses are constructed on a raised platform or stilts, like in Assam. You can see this figure, houses on stilts. These kinds of houses are very common in Assam or other northeastern states of India. Thick mud walled houses with thatched roofs are very common in areas of hot climate, like in Rajasthan. Local materials like stones, mud, clay, straw, etc. are used to construct houses. These houses are very common in hot climate because of the thatched roofs, and flat areas and thick mud walled are very necessary to combat with the hotness or sun rays. The towns are small and the cities are larger urban settlements. Both are the urban settlements, right? Cities and towns. But towns are small, cities are larger. Both are urban settlements. In urban areas, the people are engaged in manufacturing, trading, and services. Name some of the villages, towns, and cities of your state. So this is very simple to find out the villages, names of villages, towns, and cities of your state. So this thing you can do easily. So dear students, in this video we have discussed the following, the above topic, and in the next video we'll discuss about the following topics about transport, communication, etc. So till that time you have to revise and read the chapter from the textbook. Thank you. Have a nice day.